Hey everyone, I'm Ian Douglas, the author of the website techinterview.guide. I do live streams every Sunday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern about topics relevant to interview preparation for the tech industry. I occasionally record longer Q&A sessions, and I've started to break those into smaller videos to post. And there'll be information at the end of this video about how to get in contact with me if you have additional questions. Let's get to it. The first one on the list, do you think it's right for companies to give week-long coding challenges as part of the interview process and then not selecting you afterward? So that's multi-part question. I think a lot of companies they're still doing part of like kind of that leak code grind that we talked about last week and how to shortcut those leak code sort of challenges. And I think more and more companies are seeing the value in these take-home assignments. Now, what should a take-home assignment involve? In my opinion, a take-home assignment should be very indicative of what you're going to be doing on the job day to day. So if you're going to be doing, say, Ruby on Rails programming, the take-home challenge better be a Ruby on Rails project of some kind. When we talked with Jesse at Ibotta a couple of weeks ago, Jesse mentioned his company actually gives out a kind of a take-home assignment, but the assignment is really just, hey, review this code. Take a look at this code, because when we bring you in for the interview, we're going to be asking you questions about it. And that could be anywhere from, fix a bug, implement a feature, or just do a code review for us. Tell us what you think. And I think more companies are seeing the value in that kind of take home where you get to evaluate the code ahead of time, and then part of the interview process then is showing what you're going to be like as a collaborative team member. How are you going to do those code reviews? How are you going to give feedback? What do you see that's good? What do you see that's not good? Are you going to be honest about it, or are you just going to be like, oh yeah, this code's great? Or are you really going to be honest and say, well, I think that this part could be optimized, this part could be changed. If we ask you to implement a change or fix a bug or something like that, would you be able to easily go in and do that? It's a little bit similar to a process I did back in the day, about a decade ago, actually, where I would give someone, like kind of on the phone screen, I would have them kind of talk me through a challenge and then say, okay, well, your take-home assignment is to build a little web application about this and submit that. And then we'll take a look through your code quality and how you test it and so on as part of the on-site interview. So how do I feel about week-long coding challenges? I think a week-long is excessive. I would say any company that's doing this right should expect no more than 2 or 3 hours of your time. I've heard of more and more companies paying people for their time, even if they don't get selected. If you do get selected, you get a job, so that's pretty great payment. If you don't get selected, you should at least get paid a little bit of something for your time. And I think that you could definitely ask companies if they're willing to do that. They may push back and say, no, this is just part of our process. And then it's up to you if you want to go ahead and work on that coding challenge. But I would say if you're given a code challenge and they say, we expect this to take a week, I would definitely be asking for some kind of compensation and say, you know what, I've got another job or I've got other responsibilities. Like, is this going to be compensated time? And if they say no, I wouldn't continue in the process personally. I think giving somebody a week of free effort is not a great start. The second part of the question is like, you work on this thing for a week long and not getting picked afterward. That kind of goes with the territory, honestly. Whenever you apply for a job and you're going through that interview process, at any point you could get rejected. So did you get rejected specifically because of the code that you built? Or did you get rejected because of something else along the way? There's no morality, I think, involved in asking you to do a take-home project and then not pick you. Some companies use that take-home challenge as part of their sort of selection process. So hopefully that answers that question. Hey, thanks for watching. I love helping people out with interview prep, and I hope this video helped you in some way. If you found this Q&A useful, please consider subscribing. You can follow me on Twitch as well for the live stream twice a week. Check out techinterview.guide/streaming for more information. I also have a daily email series that you can subscribe to on the website. There are never any ads, and when you finish the series, I scrub your information out of my database permanently. Finally, if you have a question that you'd like answered on the stream, you can find my contact info on techinterview.guide. I prefer LinkedIn or email. If you leave your question in a YouTube comment, it might take me longer to find it, but I'll see you next time.